All right, Ricky Flex, it's time for the trailer roundup. We had a bunch of trailers come out this week. I want to talk about probably the most discussed one, Wonka, from director Paul King, known for Paddington, starring the one and only Timothy Chalamet, taking up the mantle that was made famous by obviously Gene Wilder back in 1971, and then with the remake with Johnny Depp. Movie's coming out December 15th, 2023. Initial reactions to seeing the trailer for Wonka.
Whew, man. Big trailer roundup today, and we start with Wonka. So I'll say this, positives first. I think Timothy Chalamet here clearly has that it factor that you would expect from a Willy Wonka, and he has the wonkiness for this role, right? But I do not trust this whatsoever. Paul King might have done Paddington 1 and 2. He's the writer and director for this. And his partner here, his partner in crime, Simon Farnaby, who also did Paddington 1 and 2, is also on this. I just don't trust this. This is going to be for kids, right? It's going to be way too kid-friendly for me. Just, you could tell, like, there's the animal CGI with the birds and the cats. You have the balloon scene in this trailer. You have the call, like, there's so much time and so little to do. Wait a minute, strike that, reverse it. Thank you, line from Timothy at the beginning.
So quiet up and listen down. Nope, scratch that, reverse it.
I'm like, holy crap. The double, like, ugh.
I'm making chocolate, of course.
I'm making chocolate, of course.
Yes, the chocolate cartel. So, like, powerful people, capitalism in your way. No daydreaming allowed.
What is this, Footloose but chocolate?
Yes.
What is this?
It's like Hugh Grant at the end. I wanted to chuck.
I was like, that was my favorite part of the trailer.
Oh,
the Hugh Grant part. Ricky,
cringed.
Do you remember when this was announced? This is like 2021, early 2021, when we were like, okay, it's going to be Tom Holland or Timothy Chalamet. And we were riding off like the prequel type of story where you're like, could this be like Joker, with Joaquin? It's going to be a darker take. And then I saw like, from the director of Paddington, I'm like, well, shit. It's right. Like, I guess we're not getting this. And the vibe of this trailer, it felt like a Christmas movie. I felt like I was
it's
like
coming out around Christmas time.
Yeah, it feels like a Christmas movie. And it's way more childish than I expected. And it's interesting because like the last Willy Wonka we got from Johnny Depp, it was from Tim Burton, much darker director, like scarier elements to it. This one looks like it's veering literally in the opposite direction. And I did get a sense of Christmas / Footloose going on. And I was looking forward to like, okay, alongside Chalamet, who are we getting here? Like Olivia Colman's in this. I didn't even recognize Olivia Colman. I was just like, that's Olivia Colman. That could have been any like British Broadway actress, at that moment. I don't think she's actually going to be bringing much to the table here, to be honest. But Timothy Chalamet, I'm actually not convinced he was a good casting after watching this trailer. Like, he's a little cringy, to be honest. And I don't know if I believe him with like the kid type of acting that he's putting on, right? The childish wonder that Willy Wonka brings. I don't get that from him like I did from Gene Wilder. I know it's a very hefty bill to try and fill.
Yes.
But maybe I'll just got to wait till it comes in theaters. I had high expectations, but after seeing this, I've taken them way, way down.
Yes, same here. This is like, all right, let me address the Timothy.
Quiet first. Up and listen down. Wait, reverse it.
I'm just saying, if this is for kids, I think he's the perfect casting. Right? This isn't like the Gene Wilder one. This isn't. That's what I'm gonna go with.
I was trying to decide like which one would be more of a prequel to, but honestly, neither. Whether it's 1971 or the Johnny Depp version, 05, I believe it was.
This is literally
feels like its own thing.
This isn't even for like this is for like third grade and under, maybe second grade and under, like 8 years old and under. I honestly, after watching it, believe that. And I think if you're doing that, I think the performance here in this trailer exemplifies that perfectly to a T. So I think the end of the trailer, when they like say like it was that mama scene, that looked interesting. If we wanted to get a little grounded story, and the way he's dressed, it's not colorful. I was like, that would have been interesting.
There's a
You
little
make
magic to it. Like, it was great when he was going
Yeah.
off the truck on the lamp pole, doing the spin. You know, there was some like Wonka magic.
So if we just made it a little more grounded, kind of an in between a Wilder and a Depp, like that lightness and the darkness, get a little bit in the middle with like a family come up story. Even like you could have done it if you're gonna. I hate the cartel thing. I really do. I rather them.
Chocolate
They should
cartel.
have done like, oh, you travel the world looking for the chocolate, and get even crazier. Go like just all exploratory, all adventure. Make them like Magellan. I don't know.
The cartel is a little aggressive. Like that's like a negative. That's like a
Oh,
drug
I gained
connotation.
150 pounds in a week.
The
Like,
cartel, it's a little much. You know what really stuck out to me after I watched this trailer? I hearkened back to that quote from Chalamet on what DiCaprio told him on staying away from superhero movies. And I think of like, this is a movie made for kids, clearly. You know, would young Leo have signed on to play Willy Wonka? That's what kept going through my mind. Would he have done that, Ricky? Or is this just a different day and time and Chalamet wants to remain a movie star?
I want to say yes. I think Leo would have.
Willy Wonka.
Pre-Titanic, I think he would have.
Think about what DiCaprio.
He almost did Spider-Man.
He almost did Spider-Man, but he didn't. He passed. And
I know, but pre-Titanic,
Star Wars, dude.
Yeah,
and
passed. I think Wonka is like that IP that literally would be like, oh, Gene Wilder, what a performance! Like Leo, big fan of like Sound of Music, those type of movies. I think he would have done Wonka, and that's why I think Timothy did it. Because like you remember the stories, like Timothy saying, like you just said it, like never do a superhero movie. Leo told him basically never do a superhero movie. He has a close connection because Leo recognizes Timothy's potential. I honestly think maybe even Leo told him do Wonka because I would have done Wonka.
What's the comparable role that DiCaprio did? It's Gatsby.
Yeah, Gatsby's
where it's like iconic tale, like book source, but also like notable film and then adapted. This is like his Gatsby, I think. That's like the comparable between the two. Maybe it might surprise me. I had high expectations when it was first announced. After seeing it, they've been tempered for sure. Anything else here? Like we got Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean, dude. Like
as a priest.
Yeah. And I like it's just nice to see that like Rowan Atkinson is still alive. Like it's just like a part of our childhood. Whoa. Like we're talking about Johnny English. It's just you don't hear from him or see him. It's just nice to know that like he's alive in like the Hollywood community. I like that. What I also was thinking is that a big part of like the set videos that came from this film was the musical sequences. And they really didn't touch upon them much in this trailer. They showed some happening, but like we didn't get like Chalamet singing. I don't know if that was strategic or not. Because I think this is a kind of a divisive trailer at this point, and they didn't want to like risk having those musical sequences released, and they might not be received well. I think it was a strategy move for the most part in terms of promotion.
Completely agree.
What are you eating?
Sorry, I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten in 10 hours.
What are you eating? Almonds? What do you got?
Almonds.
It is almonds. I didn't even see it. I just knew it. I just tell by the crunch of your teeth.
But I still... Like we think back to when I remember we had this conversation when it was down to Tom Holland or Timothy, right? I still take Timothy. I still do because he's just a better actor. And that's all you really need.
Ricky, and like Tom Holland spinning around that lamp, that would have been electric too. Like I could see him doing all the physical stuff that's required in the musical and the acting. I mean, I don't think it's much of a difference, to be honest, if like Holland was here. Maybe we'll have to wait for the movie, obviously, to come out, and maybe like there's going to be a lot of emotion built in. And you talk about like the mother relationship that Chalamet can do better. But like, is the movie going to be all about that? I don't know. It seems like it's for kids.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It does seem like it's for kids. Definitely disappointing. Disappointing trailer.
Dude, I'm just cackling to myself, thinking like, "Oh, they're gonna do a darker version like Joker." To me, that was just, why did we say that?
Exact opposite.
We are so dumb. And then it's like the Paddington director. All right, that's gonna do it for Wonka.